Good evening, people. Turn my mic up. What up? Y'all come on in here. Let's boogie on a late night. I had to get all my facts straight. I watched the trial. Day 2. I hope y'all looked at the video that I uploaded right before I got on here about the YouTube algorithm that's going to go crazy between November 28th and December 28th. So turn it the fuck up. I'm telling y'all, every time I tell you this should work out for y'all, man. Follow my lead. BK Crypto, what up? Medieval D Poet, what up? Share this live stream to y'all social medias, will y'all? You see the notifications are tumbling in. Cincinnati. Oh, Mr. 31. That's Jamal Gasol. Jamal Gasol, man, one of the talented MCs that I work with. He gifted me this joint. P2Q, you sent another one? I appreciate it, Lamar. What's good, family? Frank, what up? Have y'all been watching the trial? It's like a movie. It's like a movie. I streamed day 1. Day 2, I was a little busy editing content and shit. He said, shaking my fucking head. Yeah. Young Thug's his defense, they gotta clean up his mess. That's what he paying them. That's what they there for. Clean up his mess. And of course, during pretrial, the judge admitted 17 pieces of evidence, 17 pieces of lyrical content that will be used in this trial and shit. So they took off with it from the door. They attack it from the door. And they going straight to the lyrics. So at this point, he said that pushing P is pushing positivity. That's the translation. Pushing P is pushing positivity. And hold on, it was something else. It was something else. Hold on, it's gonna come back to me. He said as he should. Oh, the song. Out of the 17 pieces of evidence that they have against them and shit, of course, they're songs, verses and shit like that. But one of the songs that they're using, that they're attacking with is, of course, titled Take 'Em to Trial. A lot of us, this is probably our first time hearing about this song. If you're not a Young Thug fan, I looked at the video. That motherfucker got 10 million views. It's probably going to have 12 by the morning. Probably 12 million by the morning. Probably more. But why burn bread on... I know it's old. The investigation stems back to 2015, though. But why... If you ain't got no fucking cases and shit, why don't be talking about the fucking courthouse and shit like that. I just was talking about this shit on here yesterday. Don't be talking about subpoenas and court and shit like that. Like, burn the bread on your motherfucking self. And out of all of the pieces of evidence, all of the songs that they're using against them is take them to motherfucking trial. Yo, it's probably good that this shit is going down in Fulton County around black folks and shit like that, you know, black judge and, you know, black prosecutors and shit, because they can stomach this bullshit. Straight up. If this went down in front of a white judge and jury and shit like that, take it to trial. The nerve of him. The nerve of him. He said he got a weak defense. As of right now, that's all they coming with. I don't think that lyrics is gonna be able to exonerate him from that murder case. You fucking right. He spoke it into existence. He did. Gunna did too. He on the song, and y'all got it. And he in this case. Whoa. I was watching some of the defense open statements too. It was too much. Man, you got guys telling and shit, telling about Believeland and meeting up with Young Thug after crimes and shit like that. He was pretty like hands on, according to investigators. He was pretty close to the bullshit. He wasn't far removed. You know how Jay-Z said these days a fiend gotta remind. No, he said these days a nigga gotta admire me from 4 fiends away. You remember that? Y'all remember that line? What's that on Can I Live? His degrees of separation, they weren't that deep. He was like, have his sister in between him. But these niggas was when they get in trouble and they need bail money and shit like that, guess who they calling? Guess who they going after? Guess who they's reaching out to? He said, I can't wait to Gunna hit the stand. He said the defense attorney is hilarious with all these crazy ideas. The lyrics contained within the song take him to trial. When they talk about hitting a motherfucker on a balcony and some shit like that, they're using this shit as if it actually happened. He said they're in the courtroom debating gang signs. B is for blessed. They got a gang expert that already testified, a black guy who had interaction with these niggas since they was young. They got a gang expert. I don't know how they're gonna go about establishing that, especially if a part of the investigation that they turned from the Rock Boys into the Sex Money Murder Bloods. That's what they said in court. Word. He said, who they think they fooling? Those 9 black women are either gonna send them home or send them down the road. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. If my ass was on the line, I would rather that my ass was in the hand of black folks. I do. I'd rather my jury judge the. Shout out to the court system down there in Fulton County. Many a niggas went to the penitentiary, and we didn't get a jury of our peers. We didn't even get a jury of our nationality or nothing. Many a niggas. So, hey, y'all might got a shot. He said, let's talk about it. Everybody know black men. He said it's going to prison. They going to prison. I don't think that a lot of them got separate lawyers too. I don't think all of them 6 dudes, I don't think all 6 of them is going to jail. And not at least for a long time. But they trying to stick that murder to Young Thug, and that's the big case. That case with Nut. That's the fuel for this fucking whole indictment. His attorney said, man, he wasn't selling no goddamn drugs. He had money. And we got the receipts. That's the defense. He said he gonna beat the state and the fair's gonna come. He said, Mr. Steele is a high-powered lawyer. I don't know about his translations, man. He's saying this shit to a black judge and jury. Don't you know how long Black America been watching the Bloods and Crips throw up their gang signs? We've been watching them throw up their gang signs since Colors. We've been watching them. The average motherfucker know what the fuck they, man, that's the Bloods. Straight up. Straight up. I mean, y'all kind of like made it pop. Y'all gave it to the rappers. The rap niggas is throwing it up. They gonna say, so if y'all was throwing up this, what the fuck is Lil Wayne throwing up? It's gonna be to the point where the judge will feel inclined to slide with Thug because the prosecution is sloppy. I believe several times during the course of this 2-day trial that Attorney Steele caught the prosecution off guard and unprepared. He did. That's when he asked for that mistrial on day one. They was unprepared and they rebutted for that. They had to stop the trial, send the jury out of the fucking send the jury back to the jury, send them out and get in there and let them file motions and shit to try to correct what the fuck they did. He's been patient with them. He's been overly patient with them. She handed over 54 PowerPoint slides. Name a black man with notoriety, money, celebrity that ever got a fair trial in the South. Man, if you got black people in the jury, you might got a shot, man. Has it been confirmed that Fannie was in a relationship with Nut? That rumor seems to be. When Donald Trump said it, we just thought it was slapstick comedy, but people have said it since then. I seen it myself. Thug is weird. He pretty much talked his shit on record, then get in court and won his freedom. They using this song "Take It to Trial" right now. They shouldn't have made that song. They shouldn't have made that song. If you ain't got no cases, if you ain't in court and shit like that, why would you make a song like that? Taking the motherfucking trial. It sound thorough and shit. It sound gangster and rebellious and all of that, but if you an agitator, if you actually out here boogieing, if you boogieing, man, like why would you even be fucking around like that? Now you got to take him to motherfucking trial, like you said. He said, see what claiming that stick do? Thug need to do like T.I. and blame everything on his deceased homie. Did they ever offer Thug a plea? I don't know, but they taking bodies up out of that courtroom and they sending them to the Georgia prison system. It's a lot of evidence and shit. The dudes up under him that was putting in work, niggas telling on him, man. Them niggas got caught with the hammer from Lucci's mama house shooting. They got the pistol. On top of him saying, I shot at his mommy house. Now he won't say my name or some shit like that. It's a lot of heavy. They got the gun. He said it sound gangster till they say okay. The DA want Thugger locked under the jail. She says, according to their statistics, that like 70% of the crime in Atlanta was attributed to gangs and shit. Kind of fucked Atlanta up. Remember, Atlanta used to be like a privilege and shit? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when we first started going to ATL, it was like a privilege? Go down there and see all that Martin Luther King and shit. all that historic shit. Y'all remember them days? It was like clean cut. Your family from up north who kind of made it a little bit. They moved down south and now we going down south for Thanksgiving and shit. Y'all remember them days? It was kind of like a vacation and shit. They not known for their black culture no more and shit. The violence and the gang banging, all of the Ricos and all of this shit, it surpassed Medgar Evers, Martin Luther King, and all these civil rights activists. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They don't like that. It's a lot of historic shit. Black colleges down there, fraternities, history. Oh no. Fucked it up. He said, you're killing your own people. Everybody in Georgia own their house. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. He said it was never a vacation in the city. Until you start like understanding Atlanta, you thinking all of that shit is like connected and shit. And it is basically and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where you saying the city, shit, Decatur looked like the city to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Everywhere I was at down that motherfucker looked like the city, looked like the hood and shit. What number niggas and shit? Did he buy property off of Cleveland? They gonna explain all purchases. They're gonna bring in financial experts to explain because his lawyer just said that he wasn't selling no drugs. He can account for his money and shit. He don't need to be doing no drug dealing and shit. Why would he sell drugs and he's rich? That's what they saying. So they're gonna have to count these dollars. I think 1212 Skinny Orange or Sunkiss or some shit like that. Snellville, Snow Mountain, all of it has a slight hood vibe now. Do you think they will call Gunna to the stand? I believe when he made bail, well, I don't know if he made bail. They said he made bail. When he got out, I believe, oh, what the fuck am I saying? He already admitted that it's a gang. In order for him to get out of jail, he had to say the YSL must die, and it was a gang and shit like that. You motherfucking right, he getting on the stand. That's what everybody waiting for. Everybody waiting for that. Sheesh. His lawyer was just saying YSL was blue jeans, not a gang. They broke it down into an acronym, Young Slime Life, and they said that the nose wipe is a gang sign, and the nose wipe was adopted and went as far as the NFL. Several NFL players, after scoring touchdowns, was doing the nose wipe. This how deep the investigation go since 2015. He said probably fronting the money for birds for the crew, but he ain't touching the drugs. He said he would get a sex change if he got more than 5 years. That nigga ain't getting no sex change. He ain't getting no sex change. You got to be on the street to get shit like that. Ain't no surgeons where he going. He got to try to get up out of that murder case. That drug shit, that shit has to be proven, and I don't think he was touching anything. But the murder, the murder, the murder, the murder, the murder. That's the motherfucking problem. That's his problem. He said, but the nose white could have mean anything. People make up stuff daily. He rapped about wiping people's noses. He rapped about it. This is the problem. This is where the criminal element comes. When you rapping about this shit and you doing this shit for real, don't you see that every time that um you make a new point, I give you a rebuttal? That's because I've been watching the trial. I've been watching the DA say everything that you're saying has been tried already. Don't think that you clever. This motherfucker's been practicing. He said, "We gonna wipe your nose" has a clear meaning. Nose wipe is in all songs. It's not even hidden. It's mainstream now. Lamb from the Cowboys was doing it for every first down or touchdown. I think he recently stopped doing it. He said, "That's the point I'm saying. I'm in the courtroom daily. I'm not trying to be clever. I'm just speaking facts." They got a Brian Steele. That's his name. It's on him. Mr. Steele. Y'all just typed it in there simultaneously. Mr. Steele. It's on him. He got to prove that to them 12 jurors. It's on him. It's only 6 co-defendants left. I don't know. I know this is going to be a long trial. It's going to be long trial. It's going to be long. Unless some type of plea bargain negotiations start being discussed. I don't know how that goes. Big fan of Baron Davis. The problem Thug is going to have is Wayne and Birdman. That shooting, that shooting made it bad, made it hot. That shooting made it very hot, made shit hot. He said the music should have been evidence. It is evidence. They got 17 lines. They attacking with I never heard of the song Take 'em to Trial. Have y'all been listening? Have y'all ever heard that song before the night? I listened to it 3 times before I got on here. Have y'all listened to it? Take 'em to Trial before the night. It's an old song. It's been out for several years and shit. The video old. It got 10 million views. He said I still haven't heard it. Everything everything that they were saying in that court today, everything that prosecuting attorney was saying in that court today, I was kind of listening for it when I was listening to the video. And Young Thug didn't really say much. Young Thug didn't really say much. All the incriminating shit. Gunna was saying all of the incriminating shit on the song. Go listen to it if you don't believe me. Straight up. It is funny that he getting out on dude. Shit. Them ain't my goddamn lyrics. Them his motherfucking lyrics. That ain't telling. That ain't telling, is it? If Brian Steele should point that out. He said, no surprise. It's no surprise. Yeah. Go listen to the song. Go listen to it. He said, is Thugger going to take a stand is the question. No. Never. You don't do that when you're in his position. You don't let the prosecutors be able to take a shot at you. He said, this is a retaliation for Nut. You think she targeted the whole YSL because of Nut and the situation with YF and Lucci and them that had nothing to do with it, huh? It's a whole ball of an investigation. All of this shit happened in chronological order. They walking through it right now. He said, watch the defense as key witnesses. Anybody to get up there, man, cross the gun line. If they play his music, that is putting him on the stand. Y'all on the outside looking in. These ain't my words. The shit that I'm saying to you, these ain't my words. I'm repeating what happened today. He said, this is going to end up a mistrial. They offered everyone a deal. Everyone. They're going to have it closed caption. It's part our fault. Our generation ushered this in. Street cred and real authentic artists is why you have rappers. Notice I ain't say MCs, but rappers living out their lyrics. Statistics don't support what you're saying. Statistics only stats don't support what the fuck you saying. Motherfuckers been rapping about certain types of content, right? But only Cool C and Steady B jumped out there like that. So you can say basically everybody else was a studio gangster because ain't nobody shot nobody, ain't nobody been going to jail. Motherfuckers been rapping about, certain shit for a long time and shit. This generation, these niggas live they raps. These niggas living what the fuck they rap about. They 100% living what they rap about. And that's Fanny's problem with this. That's her problem with what's going on in Atlanta. That's her problem. She said it. She flat out said it. He said, how about them Knicks? Man, I'm sick right now, man. Philly beat the brakes off of brakes, rotors, brake pads, alignment. Don't nobody know how to keep a secret anymore. Niggas got to put it online in they raps. It's a Rico. They saying Thug the kingpin. If Gunna already admitted it being a gang and you got people from YSL who cooperated, how the fuck he gonna beat it? It's impossible. How many of them niggas was it to begin with? Let's say it was 25 of them niggas to begin with, right? Let's say it was 25 of them niggas to begin with, right? 19 niggas pled guilty. He said it was 20 something. Yeah, I thought it to be 20 something. They never offered Young Thug a plea deal. They want his head. They said in this song, Take It to Trial, they rap about, I think they said the FN. It was the FN or the AR. She said, you're going to hear a lot about that. You're going to hear a lot about that the next couple of days. The FN, yeah. You know who said that FN line? Gunna. Gunna said it. He did. She said all they talk about is FN, FN. Over 200 witnesses were gonna take the stand. Part of him getting out on bail that day was him cooperating. I promise you. Follow me on Twitter. Thank you, Pee Wee. Gully TV 1. Twitter is popping. It's called X now. You're allowed to get away with a lot more, and everybody should know this in case you haven't noticed. They turned the censorship down on YouTube. They turned it way down. It don't take as long. It used to take a whole week to get your motherfucking video cleared for monetization. It ain't like that no more. I'm noticing. I think they said, man, we need to get these advertising dollars, man. Like the whole world is fucking weed is becoming legal everywhere. You got online gambling, man. Like you got to be 18 to get on some of these channels. Advertise, fuck it. He said, Elon. He said, you know, this case is weak. I was hurt to hear about the song Take It to Trial. I was like, man. I was like, damn, man. That's a hell of a title, man, to be flaunting around in front of the jury and shit. That's got to be damaging. Do y'all know that they got them people in the jury pool? I mean, the jurors got notepads. What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that? The jurors got notepads. Come on, man. That's crazy. That's crazy right there. He said they demonetized Bun B videos, though. You probably got to wait. I get away with it a lot. I do. He said, Gunna Brasco. Problem with being a real gangster rapper is snitching is still undefeated. You got a point. That's a common practice nowadays, so they don't miss anything. Music City Imports said they got nothing. They got experts. Didn't you hear the ladies opening arguments? Didn't you hear her open up with the little poem about the wolves and shit like that? And she said over 200 people will testify here. Experts, FBI, not FBI agents, forensic experts, the phone tap motherfucking people, gang experts like that black guy who was at the pre-trial hearing. You're probably gonna see him again. She said it was from the Jungle Book. It sounded sinister about the wolf being the strength of the pack and the strength of the pack being the wolf. That shit sounded heavy. They asking my opinion on it. It's a RICO case. From what I understand about the RICO shit, from watching the BMF situation and a lot of these criminal cases that have unfolded online, is that when your co-defendants start pleading guilty and shit, it hurts the big guy. That's my understanding of it. It hurts the case. It hurt it because they saying that they are not a gang. But when you start pleading guys to plead guilty, they accept their role in a gang. You feel me? And it's kind of damaging. Too many moving parts. I'm hurt. Ain't gonna be no more revolt conventions. I don't know, it's over, man. Shout out to everybody that was at the revolt conventions, man. Anybody that I met down there, man, that shit was dope as fuck. That shit was fun as fuck. That shit was like being at a black college seminar and shit like that. It was dope as hell. I miss it. The joints that was in Miami and shit. But Puffin stepped down from his position at Revolt, and it's going to never be the same. It's over. 50 Cent said that he want a cop before all of his sponsors start severing ties with him and it loses value. They said he's done. He said it ain't looking good for Puff. Let me ask you this, right? After you get, your lawsuits and shit out of the way, after he settled these people, whoever he got beef with in court, can he run off and tuck whatever else he got? Can he tuck his bread, like his assets and shit? Can he like, man, all right, man, I fucked up, I made music, I'm done. Can he go step off and be straight? Like he gonna still be a millionaire forever. He said Russ did it. He said 50 will ruin Revolt with his trolling and beef. 50 don't be beefing with niggas, man. 50 got the 50 dribble was superb, man. Ain't nobody like competing with that right now, man. 50 didn't fall victim to none of them lawsuits, none of that funny shit. None of that funny shit with the broads and shit like that. Y'all see how he act. He said 50 got serious handles. Kept his nose clean. Yeah. Don't drink, don't smoke. Shh. Gotta tilt your hat to him, man. He survived. He came out flawless. That's why Ross keeps speaking on him. Is Puff Wash due to this? He just gotta survive financially, I imagine. I think long as he possessed the masters from Bad Boy Records, he gonna be all right. Straight up. Everything could go left. Sean John could go left. I'm gonna tell you something that I'm assaulted about that I found out recently, right? All them niggas that was selling liquor to the black community, none of them niggas owned that shit. None of them, not Belvedere, not Armadale, not Ciroc, not Grey Goose, none of them. And they had us under the impression that that belonged to them, and we supported that shit. We was going to their events, buying that shit, because we under the impression that this is a black man who just launched a new business. This is a designer bottle and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a prestigious designer bottle right here. Let's see what this is for and shit. And everybody bought it and shit. They rapped about it on songs and all of that shit. And that shit didn't belong to them niggas, man. That's fucked up to find out that, because some people that didn't even drink was willing to try it, to try alcohol because it was theirs. You know what I'm saying? Was willing to try it because it was theirs. Yeah, Cristal, Douce, all of that. None of that shit belonged to them niggas. None of them. They be doing licensing and fucking. They be doing deals and partnerships with people. Like, when you become high profile and shit, you filthy and shit, man. You start meeting all types of motherfuckers, man, who filthy and shit. And my family make wine and shit, but we ain't selling no units. You know what I mean? We got a local family business and shit. We ain't selling no units, but I done met you at the golf course and shit. We kicked it, and you Puff Daddy and shit. You go sell this shit to your people and shit, and we gonna be filthy. That's crazy as fuck. I mean, I don't know. A partnership is a partnership, but you gotta consider the damaging effects of alcohol being promoted because that shit was marketed to us. That shit was marketed to us. It was. They had events, parties, boat parties, shit going down in Miami and shit like endorsing these liquors and shit. It's fucked up. Brand ambassadors. That's in all actuality, that's what they were. Brand ambassadors, but they had us feeling like, they was like the executive producer, the CEO, but they were not. He said they could never own it unless they own the winery. The draw of money ruins all. They do the same with music. After 50 did the partnership with Effin and sold his stake for 40 million, he went and started his own liquor and champagne spirits. Y'all like the video with 700 people here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Make sure y'all go to the website, therealdribble.com, and get knitted, especially if you're on the East Coast. Snapbacks and fitteds, man, ain't gonna keep Jack Frost off your top. You already know. Why you zap him? He said the Spears game. He was talking about alcohol. They did the same with Famous Amos Cookies on the face of brand. I believe Famous Amos Cookies actually belonged to him at a point in time. After a while, it didn't. But at a point in time, I believe that shit belonged to Wally Amos. Them cookies used to be popping back in the day. I don't see them a lot. I don't see them many places. Probably got to look for them. Creative culture, therealdribble.com. Go through there and get right. Diddy going to have to do something? He's not the only person in the hot seat. He's just the most high profile. And despite all of this shit that's going on, as far as all of his civil suits and shit, which was triggered by that law in New York State, he got the Keefe D situation. He still got to ultimately worry about what the fuck Keefe D gonna say to those people or what he said already. He said, "You think he will be prosecuted?" It's hectic right now, man. I've seen niggas go to jail when I thought they wouldn't. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. That's the dangers of being in the courts. I've seen niggas go to jail who I didn't think they was gonna go. And he was like, damn. He said 50 got his foot on Puff neck. It's the 48 laws of power, which we know he exercised. And even prior to this, he didn't fuck with Puff all like that. He been, poking fun with him, talking shit. He might not even be serious about buying Revolt. He just could be doing the 50 Cent thing. But shit, the way he said it to him was like, man, you might as well give it to me. That nigga 50 Cent a boss, man. That nigga 50 Cent a boss, man. That nigga's a boss, man. That nigga something else. He said, you already know Cadillac and such gonna sever ties with you, man. You might as well sell it to me now, man, before it don't be worth nothing. That sound like he was talking to a nigga, man, on the You know, some hustler shit, man. Going and dump it to me before they get it, my nigga. Oh, that's fucked up, but that's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. He said Puff started smashing. I ain't gonna repeat that. I don't know about that. He said Keefe D situation opens him up to more civil lawsuits, man. That opened up the prison gates. What do you think about Uncle Luke grooming allegations? Don't nobody want to hear about Gloria Velez or any other hot tail heifer complaining 30 years later after you'd have made a whole career on the back of Aaron Hall, who you tattooed his name on your twat, and Luther Campbell. Nobody want to hear nothing from you. You're mad that all of them chicks been getting cashed out. That law in New York got these broads they all bloodthirsty right now, man, looking for a reason to sue a motherfucker. Everybody's complaining. This is crazy. Everybody's complaining. He said that charter school cut ties with him. You know who didn't cut ties with him? Howard University. You don't remember when 50 was posting pics of his being with Puff? I haven't heard the name Gloria Velez in years. She was ice cold. She was ice cold until just now. The song, Don't Be Afraid, if you go listen to it now, it kind of sound like a rape. Oh, shit, man, damn. That song is tarnished. That song is tarnished, man. Shh. They got that song under investigation, man, on IG, man. They didn't got to it, man. They they dissected that song. Nobody paid attention ever. Nobody ever paid attention. He said it's funny. It's funny that we was jigging to that motherfucker for 30 years. Yeah. He said Gloria is old and played out. He said, nah, man, go to my Instagram page at I am Gully TV _ the video on my page. He said that song was always rapey. Which version? The same version from the movie Juice when that older chick was molesting GQ. Oh shit. They was playing the song while Q was being raped. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is all, man. This is too much. This is too much. He said the chick from In Vogue. He said, hell yeah, she was a full grown woman. Statutory rape. Gene Deal said Gloria shouldn't have been in no club at 16. He said she met him there. He said, Puff better call Clive Davis. Don't you know when you start getting in trouble, especially trouble of this type of magnitude, sex cases and shit like that, motherfuckers get to changing their number on you and shit, man. The cold shoulder. The cold shoulder. Niggas giving Puff the North Pole right now, man. He better have somebody around him to really love him and shit, man. A dog or something, man. Like chicks cutting chicks cutting out on him and shit. I know he like, man, I never thought it could get like this. He said he on suicide watch. Sheesh. It's hectic right now, man. They violated trenches. They got him on Chicago Time magazine for telling. Get them likes up. 700 people here. 600 of y'all lazy. He said, I'll be sure about to kick Puff Wally down. I seen Fred from the band. He's angry. A lot of people angry with him. I don't know if it's the contracts or motherfuckers get to being pissed off about. I guess if you get a hold of a motherfucking music, the rights to a motherfucking music and have it forever, and the motherfucker be poor or, going through regular, gotta buy groceries, maybe gotta end up working a job and all of this shit. And they hearing they songs on the radio and this nigga is getting filthy. They like, man, I don't get a dime. How do you even explain that to people and shit? It's got to be frustrating. That's what I believe. That's Fred's issue. But Fred did leave the band, but Fred seems suicidal right now. Let the Locks Go. Remember that? Remember the Let the Locks Go campaign? Sheesh, them niggas took it to the radio. He almost had the locks for life. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. He said nobody played them songs from the band. You never know. Shit like that be on that on demand TV channel and shit like that. He said Fred need a little county bid. He said Puff gonna get back on his religious tip like when Big died. He might turn to a preacher. Probably no other profession for him to go right now. He might have to he might have to have. I could see him being a preacher. He always had like Kirk Franklin, Creflo Dollar. You know, he probably could. Yeah, the Mace shit. He probably can get that shit off. He wear a good suit. He can do it. Super church. They always clean his image back up. Howard University ain't severed ties with him. He gave them niggas $1 million. Don't y'all even think about turning on me. He silenced Howard. he passed Howard an envelope. He knew it was about to get dark, man. He passed them boys an envelope, man. Don't y'all think about it. Don't do it. Everybody about to abandon me, man. You're all I got. Can Puff walk away and just be rich without all the fame and notoriety? That's the question I was asking. Could he step off? Could he step off and kind of like mind his business and shit, and not being entertaining and entertainment anymore? Make some investments behind closed doors and shit like that. He's clever. He's talented. He know how to get money. Still know how to put his music in movies and shit like that. He's gonna be filthy forever. He is. But it's about his mental health. It's about his mental health. They say there's opioids involved. There's late night sex parties, opioids, escorts, ecstasy, MDMA. Ain't that what it's called? He said he always been drunk off the limelight. Money can't run out now. Farnsworth ain't saying nothing. Jessica, that's a rumor. MDMA. That's what I thought. Is his image tainted? I don't think his image is tainted. I don't think Diddy image is tainted. He's been sued by Cassie. Been sued by, he got this other lawsuit. But he in the same boat as Jamie Foxx, Axl Rose, Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein. It was open season on New York. Any violations up until the 24th of 2023, it was your last shot. The statute of limitations will run out, I guess. So, Hassan, you can't get a dime, my nigga. Can't get a dime, my nigga. He was proud, man. He was supposed to go on in there and go on and file the paperwork, man. He should have. Everybody else got paid, man. This motherfuckers that wish they was able to file that paperwork. He legitimately had a claim. He didn't file it. He said he was lying. He was lying. Did you hear Will Smith's ex-manager tell all his business? I'm the one that uploaded the trailer for his book. You talking about Bilal. Gotta call Bilal tomorrow. Good idea. He said, I would sue him if I was Bambaataa. That's crazy. He said Bambaataa should sue Hassan. That's crazy. He would probably lose that case. Bam probably got, I ain't gonna read that. They do got a picture together as adults. So it's gonna be probably hard to prove that you don't really look like no victim if you continue to be around him and take pictures and shit like that. You didn't swing on him when you was taking the picture. Nothing like that. He said he just wanted attention. He said, will Puffy be indicted for the Tupac murder? I don't think so. Tupac got shot, man, for swinging on Orlando Anderson, man. That we got physical evidence. We got video footage of that. He swung on Orlando Anderson, man. Like, more people coming out talking, telling a story about it, man. I guess it was a matter of them not wanting to get back right away. Like, we can get with them niggas when we get back to Cali. And Lane was like, no, you wouldn't want to wait till we got back home if it was you. And they said at that point, they had to do it. Damn. So that it had nothing to do with Puff. It ain't. It don't. 50 just posted he can't believe Puff won't sell in Revolt. Dre pulled the trigger. That's what Dre's roommate said. That's what Dre's roommate said. He said he was just trying to cash in on the move. He said, there's a popular Chicago savage who came out as a blade today. Real life Omar. Keefe D said his life was good before he met Puffy. 50 Cent said, Diddy gonna sell it to the white man. Oh my goodness. That nigga too much, man. He's too much. He's too much. He said Puff was never gonna pay them niggas. They said that he did pay them niggas. And apparently the courier tucked the money. He tucked it. That's it. Just think about it. A nigga from the East Coast give another nigga from the East Coast $500,000. I guess that's what it was supposed to be. It was $500,000 or $1 million. Give it to another nigga from the East Coast and say, give this to some niggas from across the country. Them niggas lucky if they get $1 of that money. And they didn't get none. And if it was the other way around, them Cali niggas wouldn't have gave y'all $1. Hey, yo, this I know. This I know. Straight up. He said Von Zip dipped off with that bread. He said, ain't no way I would have passed it on either, Gully. He said, why did he start calling himself Brother Love? Probably felt he had to make some changes in his life. Them other monikers had some dirt on them. Each one of them. The Puff Daddy one, Puffy, that's the City College situation. P. Diddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, all of that. The Tupac situation. No, the Biggie situation. Each identity got a history to it and shit. He said that nigga opened a nightclub with that bread. I didn't want to say that because I heard that somewhere. I thought I heard that somewhere. That Von Zip opened a nightclub with the bread. He said he wouldn't even let them niggas in. Oh my goodness. Haitian Jack seems to think he's a gangster. That's what he said. That's what he told me. He said, nah, the Club New York shooting. I forgot about that. I skipped one. Yeah. Man, he done been through some shit. He's war tested, that's for sure. He done been through some shit. He said Von Zip swindled Don King out of 350 G's too. He said he's a survivor. Definitely. Definitely. He said, what happened in Atlanta when Suge put him in a full Nelson? Just said he been through some shit. Boy, whenever he write his book, sheesh. Oh, at the end of the day, he got that card to pull. He can write his book. He got a story to tell too. That was City College. He said he's a Scorpio, sign of death. Von Zip on the cover of the first Feds magazine. He said he definitely been through something. It was called the zip code. Yeah, it was called the zip code. He said he not telling on Clive Davis. We know about his father, Melvin Combs. We know about his history. We know. I think Gene Deal was sitting on the trump card because Puff ain't sued or acknowledged him in his statements. It's Clive business. Them niggas don't have no problems hanging out with Blaze. Don't you see that the one Blade be hugging on Meek and all of them niggas at them parties? They hang out with him. He said, I ain't gonna front. If the Diddy biopic drop, I'm watching. Me too. If the book drop, I'm copping. Period. He said the billionaire from the 76ers. He said he's deceased. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Them dudes be so rich, man. They duck off, man. He done passed away, huh? You probably got to be careful. How do you say some of them motherfuckers' names on here? They be done zapped your channel fucking around on here. He says Zip. I'm not talking about Zip. I'm talking about Clive Davis. I'm just gonna give y'all a heads up. I'm gonna get up out of here, right? Make sure you pay attention to Mark Curry. Mark Curry and his content, his revelation is going to become more brazen and more aggressive as this situation happens and shit. I don't think nobody from Bad Boy was in a situation, as far as artists, ain't really around to, I don't know, voice their opinion. Black Rob ain't around, G Dep ain't around, Biggie ain't around, Sean in another country. So he gonna say what the fuck he feel. He still got the book. A lot of this shit that's going down right now was actually documented in that book. And make sure y'all. I love how I drop something and it's before its time. That Francesca Sparrow interview. I'm starting to get my accolades for the relevance of that video. Straight up. Go watch that interview with Mark Curry and shit about Francesca Sparrow. She was an executive at Bad Boy who sued Puff for $12 million. It was settled. She's not around no more either. So, and I ain't applying anything, but just go check it out. He said he left Black Rob for dead. He actually didn't. He actually didn't. At the end, when it was crunch time, he was helping them niggas. He did. He said karma is catching up to him. Stevie J don't want no parts of this Diddy drama. You got to go watch it. Francesca Sparrow, Alaska, the channel on fire right now. I wonder what Red Cafe knows. He's the only Bad Boy artist that's not dead outside of Mace. Those cats came later and shit. But I don't got Cafe getting into this. He said he had the book Dance with the Devil about Puff. It was about Bad Boy Records. And of course, he had his content in there about Puff, but he explained to me that when he was saying Dancing with the Devil, the title of the book, Dancing with the Devil, he wasn't saying Puff was the devil. He was saying Dancing with the Devil as in the music industry. That's what he was saying. Tracks NYC, Coliseum, couple people, man. You know what I mean? You can Google my shit, man. Go just type in Gully TV jewelry and shit, man. The whole Tracks website will pop up. He said 50 Cent is dragging Puffy. It's wrecked to him. It's wrecked to 50. Anyway, I got to get up out of here, man. I got to get on IG and tend to some business, man. I got to see what 50 Cent up to right now. Based on Depending on what the fuck 50 Cent doing, I might get back on here. You know what I'm saying? In the wee hours of the morning. Never know. But anyway, Instagram at I am Gully TV _ You can go check out that video, that music video, the Aaron Hall joint. Don't be afraid. You can listen to the lyrics and leave your opinion in the comments. Gully TV1 on Twitter, and make sure you go to the website and get knitted. TheRealDribble.com. Go over there and get knitted, man. It's wintertime, man. Go get your dribble right. All right? Peace.